In the natural world, there is a great story of survival, and today we will explore one of the smallest but most powerful creatures, army ants. Did you know that army ants are not only conquerors in the insect world, but also true warriors in the fight for survival? Join me as we learn about the lives of these little creatures and how they have survived and evolved over millions of years. First, let's start with a simple question. Do you know what army ants are? We often see ants in our gardens, but army ants are completely different. They are one of the most aggressive species of ants on the planet. They live in large colonies which can number up to millions of individuals. The most outstanding feature of army ants is their ability to organize and coordinate their hunting. When a colony of army ants decides to go out in search of food, they will form a powerful army ready to attack any prey they encounter. One interesting thing about army ants is how they communicate with each other. They use pheromones, a type of chemical, to convey information. When an ant finds food, it releases pheromones to guide other ants to that location. This helps the colony work as a unified unit, each one knowing its role and coordinating perfectly. Imagine you are on a football team, and each player knows exactly where they are and how to coordinate with each other. That is how army ants work. But not only are they organized, army ants also have a very intelligent hunting strategy. When hunting, they often attack in groups. A group of ants will surround their prey from multiple sides, making it impossible for the prey to escape. This allows them to easily defeat animals much larger than themselves. You might think that a mouse or a lizard would have an easy time escaping from tiny ants, but that's not the case. When surrounded by thousands of ants, even large animals will surrender. However, the lives of army ants are not all about hunting. They also face many natural enemies. One of their biggest enemies is birds. Predatory birds often seek out army ants as a rich food source. To protect themselves, army ants have developed some very clever defense techniques. When they detect an enemy, they will send out a warning signal to the entire colony. Immediately, the ants will gather together and form a large mass, making it difficult for the enemy to attack the middle of the colony. In addition, army ants are also capable of building impressive nests. Their nests are often built underground or under the canopy of trees, and they can create complex structures with many different floors and rooms. This not only helps protect the ants from predators, but also helps them maintain the temperature and humidity necessary for the development of eggs and larvae. You can imagine that inside the ant nest, there is a small city with millions of residents working nonstop. Another interesting thing about army ants is the division of labor in the colony. Each ant has its own task, from caring for eggs, raising larvae, to finding food and protecting the nest. The soldier ants, with their large and strong bodies, will take on the task of protecting the nest from predators. Meanwhile, the worker ants will go find food and build the nest. This division of labor helps the ant colony work more effectively and increases the survival rate of the entire colony. And did you know army ants also have another special skill, the ability to move? When a colony of army ants decides to move to a new location, they form a long, continuous chain to ensure that no one is left behind. This shows their cohesion and team spirit. Think of it like a picnic with your friends, where everyone moves together and no one gets lost. However, life for army ants is not always easy. They face many challenges from their habitat. Climate change, human encroachment, and competition with other insects can all affect their survival. These changes can reduce the amount of food available, making survival more difficult. But army ants have proven to be very adaptable. They can change their hunting habits or forage elsewhere if necessary. One thing that we cannot help but mention is the role of army ants in the ecosystem. They are not only predators, but also natural cleaners. When they search for food, they also help decompose dead animals and plants, thereby contributing to recycling nutrients to the soil. This is very important for the growth of other plants and maintaining the balance in the ecosystem. Finally, let's reflect on the lessons we can learn from army ants. Perseverance, teamwork, and adaptability are important factors that help them survive and thrive. We can apply these lessons to our daily lives. Remember, no matter how small you are, if you know how to work together and keep trying, you can overcome any challenge. And that is the story of army ants, small but powerful warriors in the natural world. Hopefully, through this journey, you have gained more interesting knowledge about army ants and their survival. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to follow more interesting content.